Hi everyone, I'm Angel Wu. Welcome to Taiwan is My Home. The first main character in our story today is called Zhang Shunxin. This name sounds really Taiwanese, but he's actually French. But he opens a restaurant selling Italian pizza in Taiwan. What sounds quite interesting is that pizza is a quite popular food in Taiwan these years because it's a generous food which can be creative with. And this main character, who has a lovely voice, sings beautifully. Taiwan helped him finish half of his dream, which is to marry a wife and having children. He tries to fulfill his other half portion of his dream, which is to open a restaurant after marriage and having a family. Beef hamburger pizza. Number 2. Do you want pizza number 2? Number 2? Okay, sit first. I would buy the drink. Okay. Zhang Shunxin from France came a month ago. In Banqiao's small area, a tiny window, where he sells takeaway pizzas. He only sells one thing, handmade pizzas. Some years ago, he started to learn how to make pizza from an Italian chef. Under his master's encouragement, he decided to make his own restaurant. He knows clearly that the flavor must be acceptable. I feel happy to provide high-quality pizzas. I also think new recipes now. The recipes are not completed yet. In the future, some changes will be made with the ingredients to meet the needs of Taiwanese, and it must be 100% Australian flavor. If we ask him which style is his pizza going to be, he always says it's definitely not Neapolitan, also not Armenian, but the customers think it's French pizza. We know actually pizzas are from Italy, but the boss is French. So when French make Italian, there's French flavor in it. So at first, when I asked about his mushroom, he said because mushrooms in Taiwan is easier to be damped, he would insist to import it from France. They're French mushroom. The customers can see his effort. Though needing to wait 8 minutes from the oven, there are already many customers coming in this little valley. Some guest says, "Oh, I heard your pizzas are yummy, so I came to try." Say, "Oh, okay, thanks. I'm so glad because someone said it's good. I think I can." This is encouragement.
As lovers know him, love can leave you as fast as she can.
Despite opening the restaurant and creating new menus, his thoughts remained are all put on his 19-month-old daughter.
We may have to part.
32-year-old Zhang Shunxin and his Taiwanese wife Yang Chaozhi had been together for 12 years. When we ask how they met each other, his answer is very French. We never know how love happens. A romantic answer, but he has a strong insistence. Though his Chinese is not so good, his promise to marriage after translation is together until old. On the second I put on the ring, it means from now on, no matter what happens in my life, it's eternal. The moment that I said I'm willing to, it means I gave her the promise. When I put on the ring, I kissed her, just that. His wish was to build his own family from young. At 20, he met Yang Jiaozhi, who was studying in France. As each other's first love, they got married after 2 years. Since young, I have a life goal to have a family and a wife. I only need one dear wife with one dear daughter and a decent job. It's very good that now I'm an entrepreneur, having my own business. These are all my best dreams.
LMNO. Ok. QRS. TU. V. WX. Y.
But reality is not fairy tale. Even dream has to have financial support. France had recession. They decided to come back to Taiwan. Under the situation of not able to communicate with Chinese, his way is more difficult. It's also as same as France. Bigger environment actually makes people harder to find job. It's not particularly me, but hundreds and millions of French having the same difficulty in seeking jobs. This is life. This is nowadays.
Hush, don't you make a sound. You're gonna let.
When he first came to Taiwan, he taught children French for a while, but the school closed. And he can play guitar well, so he thought about organizing a band, but because the members had different thoughts, they dismissed at last. He became a chef in a restaurant, but he had difficulties communicating. He had a difficult life these 8 years. Fortunately, his wife always supported him quietly. Because for a foreigner, it's actually quite difficult thing to work here. Either searching jobs or dealing with any business or whatever, it's actually very difficult. So besides this, in our life, sometimes if we have nothing to do here, are we going back to France or what? Besides this, others still he does better than me. And as a husband, as a father, he's the best. Since he did a good job, is he romantic? Asking her, she thought for long and spoke lightly. Though not rich, but being with him 12 years, he never forgot flowers and presents. He does this now too, flowers and presents, even now. So people would think French people had French romance. He's nice and kind to wife. It made me feel it's already their basic melted in the daily life. He will do this. I'm already spoiled by him. Though not smooth in work, he could strongly feel the friendliness and warmth in Taiwan. Taiwanese are all friendly people. I think this is already instinct in Europe. I think Europeans are too cold. When I first moved to here, the neighbors there and around, when I asked them to help, they would come automatically, not asking repayments.
小鸭好不好？有小鸭吗？小鸭。
我要。好了，我帮你穿。你刚才不是说你要汤马士？
来，把给你穿。
So John chose to use his way to repay these kind neighbors, like free community activities, to let children in the neighborhood learn to make pizzas themselves, learning French too. What is this? Corn? Corn. It's maize. Maize. Oh, great. John thinks letting children making handmade pizzas is fun and teaching French in passing. Or else the French pronunciation is hard for the kids. French is difficult. Kids can't speak French well in a second. Impossible. Maybe put things on the pizza. It's easier. Yeah. So I think we'll see and learn. Compared to learning French, kids really think making pizzas is easier. Now we are making the pizzas together. Okay? Right? Slowly. I'm gonna use the corn. Using hands to clench food, putting favorite ingredients on the round dough. With patience, John settled the kids, and pizzas were put in the oven. Seeing the pizzas they made themselves, kids are happy. Jiang Shenxin smiled and looked at this. Looking at children eating pizza, to him, is the best moment in this unfamiliar country. The most important thing is to share happiness with others. We never know what will happen tomorrow, so we should enjoy every moment. And the most important thing now is us at this moment. Now he has hope to his future. They hope they can integrate to the community quickly. Maybe this little pizza shop learning how to make pizza and learn some French could be a good way heating the relationship. Not children only. Actually, this place, we have a lot of neighbors. Since we come here, many grandmas and mothers helped us a lot. Really nice to us. Actually, they can come too. At an old neighborhood, Mom held her daughter eating Daddy's homemade pizza. This is the 3's time. Little pizzas were Jiang's dream start point. It doesn't have to be pizzas, but as a daddy, as a husband, at least this job can feed my family. And it's something I like to do. This is my childhood dream. Today, I've already achieved many. The couples we introduced in the story actually are quite brave. Though they sound like they have a lot of setbacks, they still walk their way to fulfill their dream. Really, fulfilling a dream is not an easy thing. Later, we will continue and share another story. Welcome back to Taiwan is my home. It is good to fulfill a dream, but how much would you pay for your dream? This main character we're going to talk about is a person who learned Chinese from zero. She started from the very basic, then high school, university. Having experience and testimonies, having big tummy while taking lessons. But during these 6 years, she still made it to master degree, even fulfilled her dream to become a teacher. Every morning on Saturday, Ding Rong from Vietnam has to go to Jiao Ai Elementary School in Taoyuan. Practicing well at home? It's okay. Today I want to teach this. Ding Rong is the teacher. Today we teach about body parts.
đầu是什么？大大这个头，对不对？好，这个嘞，mắt，mắt是什么？
This is free Vietnamese lesson sponsored by Cathay Pacific Foundation. Vietnamese moms or dads bring along their kids learning. Ding Rong lively teaches, giving them great expectations. Can you introduce for me? Come, Kevin. You're great. So this is our doctor in our class. Great, right?
对不对？好，你说我心脏慢了，心脏慢了，好了，说。
What is this? Ask everyone like before. What is this? Very fun. Do you like Vietnamese? Like, why? Because Vietnamese could be used to communicate when I go back to Vietnam visiting grandpas and grandmas. We can see many of our Vietnamese friends and our teacher Ding Rong. Teaching very good because I want to bring up my kids to know more about the culture and the language of my country. To our new immigrants, this is a great lesson. Okay, let's review. What is mouth? Okay, so how about teeth? How about tongue? And then 30 years old Ding Rong, her dream was to become a teacher. After marrying to Taiwan for 10 years, she finally fulfilled her dream. Presiding this plan is Wang Da-xiu, professor of humanities, who gave her a lot of help. Miss Ding Rong is a very important person in our plan. We don't think that new immigrants to Taiwan can only paint fingernails or make Vietnamese spring rolls. We think she's the same as us Taiwanese. Everyone has different abilities, so we hope that they can give birth to their children while taking care of their family. They can bring their ability of speaking Vietnamese to school. Okay, so this one is our face, cute face. Okay, so how do you say headache? What is that? Okay, so this one? To examine the result of teaching Vietnamese, Wang Da-Shu also come for the lecture. What he gained is 1 year simple Vietnamese. It's not any difficult to him. I'm the most lazy student, so when you ask me, sometimes I really don't remember. I have to see the handouts quickly. What is this about? Because not revising for 2 weeks before, kids are behaving excellent. They learn very fast. And the way you use is the parts, adding practices after that. If it were I thinking by classmates' answers, I can know the answer. This is a good way. Practicing again and again. Confidence now, when Ding just got married here, hardly speaking any Chinese or communicate with in-laws, not even dare to go out alone. If your language is poor, you cannot communicate with family. Outside you can interact with others, then you will feel deeply miserable. Sometimes there are many misunderstandings. It's impossible for me, so a week after my arrival, I said to my husband, quickly find a place for me to study. I can't stand it anymore. After a year, elementary school lectures cannot satisfy her already. Even in Vietnam, she already has high school diploma, but she still wants to experience college life in Taiwan. But there are many things she needs to overcome. There are many proper nouns in university. I would have headache, then what should I do? My family says, did you just learn for 1 semester and come back home? At that time, I was really in agony when I go to lecture. Don't understand every day, having headaches and sometimes not even having a breath because it's too tiring. What should I do? It's embarrassing to go home like this because I have pride. I just can't put it down. So, okay then, just continue to study. After the painful first grade, she said it's much better in the second year. Also because she cherished her chances learning, for any reasons she won't be absent. I have a big tummy. When my teacher asked me, do I want to take absence? I said no. At the time I was pregnant, my husband said the same thing, drop out first and give birth. And that day was Friday. I have to take my accounting test at 10:30 with my teacher. I was delivering then, so I failed as I didn't join the final test. Then the teacher called, then I said, I'm delivering. After 6 years, she has a cute daughter and a master's degree. So she started to have confidence, and she does not fear the crowd anymore. When I was in Vietnam once, I participated in our teacher's professor's seminar. Then I told myself that I should at least get master's degree. And if I have such a good chance that can fulfill my dream, I feel very happy. Because our neighbor asked me if I was poor, and I came to Taiwan because I was lack of education, and she even asked me if I had lamp or the ones that need oil, which is the antique lamp, the lamp in a long time ago. I feel disheartened after that, and I walked to my husband. He told me not to care about her. Then I graduated from college and graduated from the research institute. She wouldn't say anything then. Her strong character become her power for learning. Though it's Vietnamese lecture once a week for children, she doesn't use materials that are already made. She insists to make it herself. Not only being a teacher, she also takes translation jobs and becomes friends with Vietnamese laborers. Because of her job, despite traveling together, she also helps Vietnamese girls who can't speak Chinese. Buy daily goods, body soap, shampoo, conditioners, and facial masks, many more, that they actually will have some snacks. Asking them to buy some snacks, then they'll ask me to buy some Taiwanese brand ones to make them take back for their kids. Despite buying things, her cell phone cannot be shut because she have to help people at any time, anywhere. Like today, they feel bad. I will help them buy medicines for headache, stomachache, or eye drops. Are you alone? Yeah. What's wrong? Taking goods and Chinese books with her, she gives them to her Vietnamese friends before going to the factory to translate. In Taiwan, Chinese is very important, and I think this book is not bad. I read it before. Then I think she could write this, the Chinese letters that she can practice, so I bought it for her. Our chief officers also hope that they could read these, don't just depend on the translate teachers. Though living in Hsinchu, every week he goes to Taoyuan with his wife to attend the lecture. Their lovely daughter, 6-year-old Ji-Qing, is also a student, patiently listening to her mother's lecture, and her father records everything that could be her reference to improvements. I think at home she is totally different compared when she was a teacher. I think she's a professional teacher. She is so soft through, and at home she's rather firm. Anyway, I love to be her student. It makes me happy. Because she's soft? Yeah. If she could apply the way she teaches at home, I think this home would be much warmer and comfortable. Mom is fierce at home and gentle at school. Is it better when she's a teacher? Answers of her husband and her daughter made the competitive Ding a bit speechless. She's a good student, but say, Daddy spoils her, so sometimes the way we teach the kids is not collide. I said no, and he said it's okay like that. Their only child, their way of love might be different. A family of 3, little quarrels sometimes, but we can see this family supports each other, watching each other grow, taking the same step to the future, creating their happiness. Can you speak Vietnamese? These years, Taiwan have closer relationships between Vietnam. Maybe we should also try to understand Vietnamese language culture. Thank you for watching. See you next time.